everybody, it's Christine. Time for a scrapbook process video. And y'all, I am bound and determined. I have got my little trays over there that have just little baby bits of collection. So this is an example, right? This was a Scrap Room Favorites of the Month. It is an Echo Park collection. It is telling our story. And I love this color palette, by the way. Is this not beautiful? I love this. Ooh, it has to kind of go this way, doesn't it? Anyways, so what I've got is this little bit. Here's one piece of cardstock, a little, this, I don't know, 66%, 2/3, and then a 1/3, basically, or maybe a half sheet here. And then I got some little scraps here. The picture I pulled out, because this is Storyteller, and I kind of do like where it says, I love keeping all of our memories, little typewriter, and then it says Storyteller here. I also have, I don't know if this came with it, to be honest. It says My Story, so maybe it did. It's really cute. It's got like all these little, I like this celebrate, like I'd love to say celebrate your story, or maybe I'll take off the Y and make our story, but then I got Storyteller. Anyways, this is what I'm thinking to do with this set here. I guess I'm gonna have to mount it with this turquoise here. Oh, I'll probably get white cardstock too. So that is what I'm working with. Usually when I only have this much left, I don't go too long. So let me do my trimming and my branding strips and stuff, and I'll be back on to see what I'm gonna do. All right, talk soon. Okay, you guys. So I fully admit I got onto Pinterest and I was just scrolling around, and I saw, you know how it tells you like, oh, you may like this or you may like that. Well, I saw actually several layouts. This is one around. I'm not like pulling up a particular one to show you, but several layouts with like this triangle design or whatever. I don't know if it's called a pinwheel or something. And I was like, oh, that's a clever idea, because I had the one that was 6 inches wide, and I thought, well, I can make a 6x6 square and use that. And so, I mean, basically, you know, I could cut it into two 6x6 squares, and then you cut your 6x6 squares into, of course, to get your little patterns. And I thought, well, that's helpful. You can use a whole strip like that and not have to do, like, I think when I did the other day, there was kind of similar leftovers. It was like vertical stripe or whatever. And I thought, I want something a little different. So this looks pretty good. I cut those up. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to do it off camera. I actually recorded it, and I thought, well, that's just silly. I'm just sitting there scuffing the edges. So I am going to scuff the edges of those triangles to just offer some. They're a pretty good fit. I mean, I'm not going to tell you they're a perfect fit, but they're a pretty good fit. But I thought, well, I kind of think I like the scuffing. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount the photo. I did mount it on the turquoise cardstock, and then I went ahead and used the stripe, which was, what was that? I think that was the last little bit of the stripe. Maybe not last little bit, because I think I cut the little typewriter out of it. No, actually it was the back of this thing. It doesn't really matter. I made a stripe photo mat, and then I actually took the little ledger paper and made that a photo mat. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some white cardstock as well. And then I'm going to put it up on foam. So I really made this photo stand out, you guys. This photo, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it during the intro. It's a picture of my scrap desk and kind of the area around it. If you have watched my channel at all, you may have seen I've done like a little tour of my new room. It's back in maybe June's videos, the end of June, maybe the 1st of July, because it did take a little bit to get it put together. When we bought this house, this was a brown man cave. So we had to paint it. I had to put a new floor down. Of course, I had to get all my stuff unpacked. So it might be the 1st of July, first part of July, there's a video. That's a scrap room tour. And this little section here is my scrap desk area with some bookshelves with finished albums. And you can kind of see behind, there's a door in the back that's actually to the little potty area. And on that I have one of those, what is that called? The Container Store. And it has like this over the shelf or over the door, like organizing thingy. And I've got a bunch of Stampin' Up stuff in it and like punches, and that's there. And yeah, you can see this is kind of my craft area, or my little scrappy area. Obviously not all my papers and things, because those are all along the walls, but this is just where I sit and work on my crafty supplies, or my crafty layouts. So that's the picture, and I thought it went really good with this color palette. Now, what I did do, I told you in the beginning that having just a little bit of papers left usually makes me move pretty quickly. Well, today I decided to add a little mixed media just for the heck of it. I thought, you know what, I've got that paste over there, and I haven't really used it a lot, and I need to use it. Why not? So I went ahead and pulled out my little heart stencil, because it kind of, you know, this is my happy place, and I put some in the upper right and the lower left. I'm a sucker for a diagonal, even though I've made a square. I have to create a diagonal too. So I put that in there. I thought about going outside of each of the 4 corners, and then I thought that might look weird, so I decided against it. I did glue those 2 pieces down, and I glued them a little too low because they are 6x6, they're cut from a 6x6 square, which means they basically need to touch the edges of the paper for it to fit right. So I had to pick it up and move it. So this is me trying not to tear things up, but to go ahead and move it. Now, that being said, I'm not even sad in some ways because it does give me a little bit of dimension on the paper because I've had to bend it a little bit. And with the scuffing and all that kind of stuff, I thought it looked kind of cool. So I'm going to get all this glued down. I think I've matted my photo. Yes. I'm going to put that kind of in the upper left quadrant there. And what am I doing now? Oh, I put some on foam. I got this where I put the foam. The next thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to look over there because I have that little sticker sheet, and it had those little, like, mini border strips. They're like, I wouldn't call them washi because it's definitely like a glossy sticker. But I thought I'm going to use that as a little shelf for my photo. And then I have, you can see on the right-hand side, I did fussy cut that typewriter with those flowers out of that ledger paper. So I know that's going to go on the layout. I start off with it in the lower right down there. That's not where that stays, though. Spoiler alert, it gets moved. Here's where I'm going to pull out 3 of the little shelf stickery things. And I'm going to basically, like I said, build a little shelf. And then that's going to be when I decide to move my typewriter. I'm also going to use Storyteller as the title. And you'll see me in a minute because I will have to run over to my stash as well and get some string. And it's funny how that works out. You'll see in just a second. So I'm just putting these pieces here down to build myself a little shelf here. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that's a little too high, low, whatever I'm doing there. I think I have to get up underneath the foam or something. I have this little sticker. This is kind of, again, this is the kind of, I hate to use the word inspiration, but it's this, I love keeping all of our memories. And there's a second little typewriter sticker, and I thought, why not? I'll just use it because I have this other typewriter. So that starts there. That's not where they stay. Things get moved around here. And then I decided, no, I like the typewriter kind of by the picture. I kind of like the flowers overlapping a little bit. I move this stuff around, you guys. I kind of shift things. There's only, the funny part, there's basically 4 elements, or three bigger elements. So it's not like it's that hard to figure out, but I darn sure move those things around quite a bit. I get my typewriter glued down, and then I think I pull off the sticker that says today's highlights, and I'll put that in the upper left corner of the photo in just a minute. What am I doing? I'm looking for cardstock, I think. No idea why. Oh, no. I was looking for foam for underneath the little sticker that says I love keeping all our memories. I actually end up flipping that over just a second because it doesn't stick right or something. I'm also going to pull out, kind of by accident, I was cleaning, I think I pulled out my Vicky Booten stuff earlier for a layout, and I had forgotten to put away these little puffies, and it was actually candies, and the colors looked perfect. So ultimately, I'm going to put some puffies on here that are going to be like, why'd you put those on there? Well, you know what? Because I'm the boss of my layout, and the colors matched. So I've got this Storyteller title. I did run over and get that string. I tied little bows on it, and I'm making it basically a little banner. Now, if I'm honest, I initially just started to stick the stickers on the string, and I wasn't really paying attention to where the letters were kind of falling on the paper because I thought I was going to organize it as just like a swag banner. Well, it looked kind of cute after I started sticking it down there in kind of this little wavy, little bit random flow of that, if that makes any sense at all. Basically, the string kind of flowing around as opposed to being like a swag banner. And I thought, that looks really cute. So I'm going to lay all that down. And then I'm going to just use Nuvo glue to keep it where it's at, essentially. I think it looks really cute. It's kind of a little randomy flow of the letters. And I think it looks really cute. This right here, you guys, I'm trying to tie this darn bow over here. And I think it took me 3 minutes. I couldn't get my thumbs. I'm all thumbs sometimes when I'm tying bows. I'm not a professional bow tire. So it takes me just a second. What am I? Yeah, that's what I got going on there. I think the next thing I do is I'll glue my little Storyteller down. I hope I don't leave that in here. I didn't intend to if I do. You don't need to sit there and watch me glue down. I will tell you, I had a little trouble when I was recording this. I hit the button like 2 times once or something. Luckily, nothing was like done. I think I checked it or something and realized I had recorded 9 minutes of fussy cutting that typewriter. And it was like, I didn't intend to record that. So I had to delete that footage. So yeah, here's where I'm going to use my Nuvo glue. I guess I darn sure do leave this in here. I'm so sorry, you guys. You don't want to watch me Nuvo glue stuff. I do like this little press, though. I got this thing. I've been asked about it once or twice. I got this at convention. It's called My Sweet Petunia. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit, I think it's $30, $35 or something. I think you can get it on a couple of the scrapping supplies websites. I think myscrapbook.com, maybe. I don't want to swear on it. But I will say I enjoy it. I like the little fine tip on it. I like the little squeeze thing. You do have to pay attention. They give you, there's a little video on how to like store it and keep it and stuff like that. I do encourage you, if you get this, to make sure you watch that first. Because sometimes I don't set it down just right. And of course it dries up on the tip. I'd have to clean it out and all that kind of stuff. But if I do it right, it works right. So it's not the thing's fault, it's mine. Here's the puffies I was telling you about. These are little candy pieces. And you know what? Like I said, I don't really have much to do with this layout except the colors look good. And I like candy, I guess. So maybe that's, I say that I like candy. I like chocolate. I like chocolate, peanut butter, caramel, those kinds. I'm not a fan of hard suckers like these, but it's okay. We're just going to use them anyway because they were laying there and the colors go well. And then there were these little tiny gold diamonds on there too, so I thought I'll use those. And then there was a little tiny star, I think, on another little sheet, and tiny little dots, little colored dots. So I thought it worked out perfectly. And I used up every darn bit of the paper and my puffies and most of the stickers with this last little bit of this stuff. So I have killed this kit and I'm very proud. So you guys, that's basically it, I think. Let me see, what am I doing here? I think I'm just gonna, I'm gonna glue down these strings. They were kind of flowing in a nice way and I didn't really want them to go elsewhere. So I'm gonna use little Nuvo glue, just a tiny little bit. That's why I like that fine tip, by the way. I like that you can kind of control where the glue's going a little better than the wider tip. And basically that's it, you guys. Oh, here I am putting the edges down. Oh my goodness. I leave too much stuff in here sometimes. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to do the like and subscribe. Also, I am on Instagram at Scrapping Harden. So if you happen to be on Instagram, you can go over there. I do try to comment. I comment on everybody on YouTube. I cannot swear to you I comment on everybody on Instagram because I have 3 different Instagram accounts. And unfortunately, sometimes the notifications don't show up for me. Also, I don't know why these pictures here are sideways. Craziest stuff. I don't really know what happened. It's not sideways on my phone. I loaded in here. It's sideways. So you guys have a lovely day and we will talk to you next time. Bye.